guys, how you going? Okay, let's start off with this one. WJ Fash replying to the BLACKHEATH, yes, they are getting rid of evidence exactly why we should be told by Albo what cargo was in that Ukrainian refrigerated cargo plane that landed in Canberra just days before Gates arrived. That he gave up WEF to come to Australia and secret meetings with Albo. Something stinks. It does, actually. A Soviet-made Ukrainian and Antonov 124-100 at Fairburn, Canberra Airport today, loading, unloading a large and suspicious refrigerated cargo. Flight data shows THRAN 124-100 UR82029 flew into Canberra RAAF Fairburn Air Base from Johor Bahru, Malaysia yesterday. What did the Ukrainian government fly into Australia during a war that needed a special super heavy-duty oversized plane? I'd also like to know that. Oh, here's a bunch of vegans that try to stop a truck. Look, I don't mind normal vegans, but these activist ones, it's going too far. And people who try and tell everyone else to do it too. Or try and push it on people. But this is idiotic. Seriously? I won't play the sound because they just scream and carry on like idiots. Watch, ready? Here. We're going to try and stop the truck. Oh, well done, mate, you idiot. These, you know, these, the activists, the ones who scream the loudest. Like I said, I don't mind vegans, normal people, you know, but just these activist ones seem to be nutty. Peter Clack said, why natural gas and oil found everywhere on Earth? It's because they're not fossil fuels at all. Gas, oil, form naturally in the mantle and rise upward to fill and refill sedimentary, oh, it's doing it again, rock beds in the crust. Oil is the second most plentiful liquid on Earth after water. It's a hoax. There you go. 15 countries hold 87% of the world's proved reserves. 2012 natural gas consumption worldwide was 114 TCF. Whatever that means. Okay. Anywho, Rage Against the Vaccine said, oh, that's a shame. Tom Hanks turned off his comments on Instagram after over 30,000 people were calling him a pedo. Well done. He said, I fear what happens when children are seen as assets and deprived of their maternal bond. Oh, here we go. This is terrible. This person, Mark Lowen, said, after 6 weeks in wonderful Canada and tearful farewells to our incredible surrogate and friend, it's time to go home to Lisbon with our new family member, our most beautiful hand luggage. What are they talking about? A baby. Oh my goodness. They say, Canada, you're a shining light of democracy and equality. Thank you for letting us fulfill our dreams. Honestly, the comments are full of people calling them traffickers because of the surrogate mother and calling her a surrogate. But also, a lot of people were pointing out, and they are right to do so, our most beautiful hand luggage? Since when do you talk about a baby like that? Seriously. And some people believe that surrogate is like trafficking. Like, yeah, using a woman as a resource, as a object, sorry. Malcolm Roberts said, resource hogs, energy guzzlers, grid destroyers, unaffordable, dangerous. The aim is not different cars, the aim is no cars. So we the people are forced onto public transport that can be controlled. Electric cars are efficient, they said, when it burns half your house down. Just plug it in and leave it, they said. Yep, look at that, see that? Yeah, no thank you. And you've seen the buses and everything on fire. Dr. Anastasia Maria Lupus says, I have the greatest respect for doctors who still dare to tell the truth. Liberals furious. John Hopkins chief psychiatrist says, this is a mental disorder. Transgender is a mental disorder. Nick Wainwright said, gosh, John Redwood has just told GB News that the NHS employ over 1.1 million non-medical staff. How does that feel? That is awful. What am I liking here? I better like them. Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene said, too late, Republicans already announced we're declaring COVID is over and passing it through the House this week. The GOP is leading the issue on this issue and Biden is trying to take credit. Jake Sherman said, the White House will announce shortly that it plans to end the public health emergency for COVID-19 on May the 11th, according to multiple Democratic sources. This will be part of a SAP opposing COVID bills. Me and Brez reports. Oh, God. Yep, and they have been. Big week in the GOP-led House this week. We're eliminating authoritarian Democratic policies, officially declaring COVID is over. Pope Leotis the 14th said, I never see... Oh, you are kidding me. Come on, Twitter, lift your game. As I said, though, they've got layers and layers of censorship. Okay. He said, I never see, this thing, where there's no footage. Is this whole thing a scam? Yep. They just want to scare the hell out of everyone, I think. They're going down, and then on their way, they're going to try and scare everyone as much as possible. Chicago One Ray said, did Adam Schiff really visit Epstein Island 78 times? Could this be true? An image shared on Facebook claims leaked visitor logs show Democratic California Rep Adam Schiff visited deceased convict sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's private island 78 times. Epstein doesn't look happy, but Schiff does. Illuminati bot and shared N-wokeness and said Bill Gates, the nation's largest farm owner, wants to eliminate eggs. Lots of reasons to rethink how eggs fit into the future of food. Has HC Foods created a lower... what is it, powdered eggs? Some exciting new companies are taking on this challenge. They are creating plant-based alternatives to chicken, ground beef, even eggs that are produced more sustainably. Oh no, they're going to do this in a lab. Yeah, they'll be beyond eggs. That's exactly right. I also tasted Beyond Eggs Hampton Creek Foods egg substitute, which doesn't contain high cholesterol. Cholesterol is not the problem. Okay, anyway, see your doctor. That's just my opinion, so you might want to see a doctor. But no, yeah. Juanita Broderick said it took 2 tractor-trailer trucks to remove and load the 1,850 boxes of Biden documents from the University of Delaware. This was no effing accident. This was a crime. Okay, 1,850 boxes of documents and 415 gigabytes of electronic records. Here we go. Okay, Jojo Johnson said, tagged our what do you call it, Prime Minister, stupid man, and Linda Burney, please explain this, please. Baron of Burleigh, proud radical, said, there are right now in place 2,700 government taxpayer-funded Aboriginal organisations in place today, now receiving close to $60 billion a year, and they can't help women and children across the Northern Territory. Why? And now they want a voice to Parliament to help? It's BS. And people are trying to say these organisations are voluntary programs. It's fascinating how all the lefty haters and attackers come out at 9 a.m, disappear at 5 p.m, blocked. Yeah, they come out during work hours, these paid supporters of it. Illuminati bot said the pedos are real, and so is trafficking and satanic ritual abuse. And this was describing, it goes for quite a while, so I'm not going to play it. but I will share it. It is describing blowing up a port, and I can't remember where it was. I will share this on Twitter, guys, so please click the link in the description below that shows my current Twitter, and you should be able to see it, even without being signed in, I believe. Oh, you're kidding. Hang on a sec, guys. But yeah, they were saying there was tunnels underneath those ports. Okay. Pierre Clack said every part of modern life will collapse as the use of hydrocarbon fossils for power is dismantled. Net zero is the end of any modern society. This includes living in cities, agriculture, schools and universities, all manufacturing and all transportation. Are you really against fossil fuels? Read this before you answer, I'm going to say. Maybe I should have read it before I answered. Come on. Move it, move it, move it. Okay, I'm just going to pause. Oh no, there we go. Okay, let's make this bigger. It's easy for anyone to say they're against fossil fuels. Opposition to coal, oil and natural gas is fashionable and will prompt heads to nod and even hands to applaud in most places. But are people aware of the extent to which their lives are dependent on fossil fuels? Do they know that more than 90% of things used in their everyday lives are derived from fossil fuels? From your toothbrush to your car tyre, a majority of the things you use today has been made possible because of fossil fuels. Shoes, refrigerators, washing machines, coffee makers, furniture, pens, eating utensils, eyeglasses, commodes, medical gear, camping equipment, and the list goes on and on. Consider the computer or the phone from which you're reading this article. They are made of glass, metal, plastic, lithium and silicon, all of which require fossil fuels to mine, process or manufacture. While some are chemical derivatives of fossil fuels, all depend one way or another on their combustion for electricity generation, process, heat or transportation. You wouldn't have the iPhone, Android or MacBook without fossil fuels. Imagine the irony of typing out end oil from a phone that's made from fossil fuels, or supporting climate activism by relaying video that was recorded with a camera made from fossil fuels. Of course, this sort of irony is displayed regularly and missed constantly. In short, the most fundamental necessities and the most cherished conveniences of daily life are products dependent on the use of fossil fuels. The industrial era was a time of great change, and the use of fossil fuels played a big part in that. From the early 1800s to the mid-1900s, coal was the primary fuel source for industry and transportation. Oil and natural gas became much more prominent in the latter half of the 20th century. Cars, trucks, planes, ships and trains use oil. If you go electric, the electricity for the vehicle is again predominantly generated from coal or gas. Even wind, solar, nuclear and hydropower are dependent on manufacturing and mining processes reliant on fossil fuels. If you intend to start a new life on the planet Mars or the Moon, the rockets you use need fossil fuels. While the use of fossil fuels as a source for electricity generation and transportation fuel has been discussed widely, their role in the manufacturing and farming sectors is seldom highlighted. Cement, steel and plastic. They're all essential materials that are used in the construction, transportation and manufacturing industries, playing a key role in the development of modern civilization. Being the primary ingredient of concrete, cement is the most frequently used construction material in the 21st century. It is used in the construction of homes, roads, bridges, commercial buildings and other infrastructure. The manufacture of cement is one of the most energy-intensive processes, requiring the mining of limestone and other minerals that are eventually heated in kilns at temperatures of 2,700 degrees Fahrenheit. Another common construction material is steel, which is preferred for its immense strength compared to its volume and weight, a quality desirable for the structural framework of tall buildings, industrial facilities and bridges. Steel is also used in the reinforced concretes of roads and in the manufacture of vehicles, machinery, tools and appliances. Paints, resins, fiberglass, coatings, varnishes, adhesives, and thousands of other materials are all made from fossil fuels. It is likely the clothing that you're wearing now was made using fossil fuels. In fact, most carpets, fabrics, coatings, cushions, upholstery, drapes, spandex, and other textiles are made with the help of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are used as raw materials in the production of many chemicals and plastic. Lightweight, durable, and versatile, plastics are used in a wide range of products, from packaging and consumer goods to automotive parts and medical devices. Food production. Fertilizers produced with the help of fossil fuels replenish the soil with essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, improving soil structure and fertility. Fertilizers have played a crucial role in meeting the global food demand by increasing crop yields by as much as 50%. According to Our World in Data, which compiles information from the United Nations and World Bank from 1961 to 2014, global cereal production has increased by 280%. I don't trust them. If we compare this increase to the total population, which increased by only 136%, I'd say they're lying. The global cereal production has grown at a much faster rate than population. Yeah, and that's probably a bit of a waste anyway. But I don't trust the United Nations, so there you go. I'll still give it a like because I read it out. Juanita Broderick said, "Do it, Elon Musk, just do it." Breaking, Twitter makes move that could take out the woke. What? Twitter CEO Elon Musk is not messing around. The billionaire, who's this, trending politics, truly does want to take over the world. Back in Oh dear. Back in October, Musk purchased Twitter for $44 billion and made it clear from day one he had high ambitions. He doesn't want to rule the world. Or if he does, he's not going to succeed anyway. As Elon Musk strives to revive Twitter, the company has taken action by submitting applications for regulatory licenses in various parts of the US and developing necessary software to incorporate payments within the social media platform. This would directly compete with PayPal, who's been slammed by conservatives for their woke practices, including banning and suspending payments from people they don't agree with. Okay, Esther Crawford, a fast-rising lieutenant to Musk inside Twitter, has started to map out the architecture needed to facilitate payments on the platform with a small team, according to two people familiar with the company's plans. So there you go. Elon Musk is going to launch something that's going to compete with PayPal. Citizen Free Press. Oh. Oh dear, I wanted to show you something else first. Hang on. This. Dr. Simon Godek, the man who's quietly buying up farmland, is bragging about how much money he's going to make with his investment in artificial meat companies.
And, I've been pleased that the interest level in climate has gone up pretty dramatically over the last 2 or 3 years. It was about 10 years ago I had some professors come to me 4 or 5 times a year. They bring other experts so I could learn, okay, how good are the models? What are the negative effects? What is the uncertainty? What are the positive feedback cycles? And so I've been on this learning curve, and that's the whole reason I started this nuclear power company called TerraPower, was not to make money, and I've avoided that. But although the artificial meat companies I put money into, I'm going to make more from those than I lost in the other ones. But I've been.
What's the hand gesturing? Nearly looked like he was doing a Nazi salute there for a minute. Anyway, well, this is what he deserves, to be honest.
Gates was momentarily and understandably shaken, but he was not injured. The hit squad piled...
No, actually, he deserves more than that. Coonabarabran. I love that name. It's actually a place. Coonabarabran said, weird how Bill Gates just met with Albo MP and now all of a sudden there's a push for a 5th jab. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Yeah, a large amount of Australians are still not getting their COVID. The next one. Despite calls from health authorities to roll up our sleeves for a 5th one. No, thank you. I didn't get a 1st, not getting a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, or any more after that at all. Thank you. Dr. Simon Godek said the man who's quietly buying out farmland is bragging about how much money... Oh, yeah, I just showed you that one. Ooh. I'm making fun of myself, don't mind me. Jack Posobiec said the Tyree Nichols video is way worse than George Floyd video, but the media have already stopped talking about it. Why is that? Because of who it is. Okay, Dave Wilson, motto... I can't say that. Paramedic steals a wallet containing $580 from a dead man. Penalty, probation, no conviction recorded. Queensland Justice System. So a paramedic steals a wallet containing $580 from a dead man. Lovely. Katie said, good morning to everyone except Bill Gates, who said he had dinner with Jeffrey Epstein. We all know what happened on the island, and sure as hell wasn't dinner. Clinton and Prince Andrew also had dinner, not asking what's on the menu. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Stop woke is... Oh, now what's happening in my Twitter? Okay, well, at least it landed in the same spot. Stop Wokeism said, ladies, what's stopping you from looking like this? Oh, everything. Oh dear. Yeah, I just wouldn't do that to myself at all. Would you? Cat Turd said, what a psychopath. Is Trudeau talking about the jab or heroin, like here?
Getting that shot really was an amazing feeling. It hits. Getting that shot.
It hit him all right. My God. Oh, right between the eyes. He's an idiot. He's the worst, honestly. Oh. Big Bird said this is how they start forest fires, using directed energy weapons which are attached to the aircraft, and then they blame it on the heat. Always keep in mind that whatever the public knows about military technology is many decades behind what they actually have. That's how it works. And yes, that does not surprise me at all, because I believe that happened a few years ago in Australia, when we had those severe bushfires. Whew. Okay, it hit down the road from where I am now, but luckily I was not in the area when it came through. The Gateway Pundit said, exclusive, third Hunter Biden email from laptop with classified information uncovered, classified White House conference call shared with Hunter's Ukrainian business partners. Several more are coming via Gateway Pundit, Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz, Rep James Comer. So there you go. He's actually got, like, he's giving, sharing things with Ukrainian business partners. Classified information. Clandestine said, something I need to address. If this thing was created in the UK, what about Wuhan? Wasn't that the origin? Sort of. Russia claims there were multiple pathogens engineered in UK and then trafficked to various regions worldwide for release. Let's have a look at this. Okay, come on. Load up. Okay, just as I pause it, it loads. Russia claimed the virus, the things were genome specific, effectively based on host DNA sequence, meaning the different strains were designed to target nationalities, ethnicities with the same target DNA sequence. More effective in homogeneous societies like Russia, China and India. For those that think that this technology is conspiracy theory, here is a Democrat congressman speaking about the existence of this biotech. Elaborating on how 23andMe and similar companies sell your DNA to private biolab companies who use it to produce pathogens to use against you. So the deep state would make DNA regional specific pathogens in nuke and then ship them to their intended destination in vectors such as monkeys, mice, bats, intending for the thing to escape. The NIH monkey escape in Pennsylvania came to mind. Remember that? Monkey on the loose in Pennsylvania after crash on the way to the lab. By trafficking the virus to different outbreak locations, it disguises Ukraine as the production zone and ensures the virus spread worldwide before it was stopped. So Wuhan may have been where the human outbreak began, but it was created in the UK. You created. Wuhan was the cover. Make the bioweapon, ship it to Wuhan, bioweapon gets loose, blame China, quietly ship other ones all over the place, make a ton of money on jabbies and implement globalist control while everyone blames China. Okay, that was just one outbreak point in China. Everyone thought it spread rapidly worldwide organically, but these people here claim the spread was fueled by these people here, Big Pharma, who were mutating and releasing more strains. Adds up with the whole scoop from Project Veritas. So there you go. That was very, very well done. Going to retweet that one. The note of the voice tell commie elbow. That's why is you have an illness, you will never be cured. A patient cured is a customer lost. Do they teach that in doctors, in universities? Do they teach that? I wonder. Tom Elliott said, thread, here's the real story between Epstein Gates. Credit to Whitney Webb on her book One Nation Under Blackmail. Epstein's made many millions out of business links with the likes of Bill Gates. Just in Bill Gates. Oh yes, I believe this is ABC News in Australia, that he had a interview or something recently.
One of the issues that's dogged you is that of your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you regret the relationship that you maintained with him against Melinda's advice and wishes?
Oh, I've said that I mean, this is, you're going way back in time, but yeah,
new audience.
I will say for the, over 100th time, yeah, I shouldn't have had dinners with him.
Epstein had a way of sexually compromising people. Is that what Melinda was warning you about?
No. I mean, no, I had dinner with him, and that's all.
And that you regret the relationship, the acquaintance?
That I had dinner with him.
And the relationship between the foundation and Epstein, which
there never was any relationship of any kind.
Now, one of the issues that's...
BS. BS, Bill. While working 1995-96, Epstein victim Maria Farmer said Epstein described Gates as a close friend. In the late 90s, Microsoft was in business with two separate businesses run by Ghislaine sisters, Magellan and Comtouch, the latter of which Gates personally invested in. Gates' former chief tech officer and co-author of The Road Ahead, Nathan Myhrvold, was a passenger on the Lolita Express at least twice, said he stayed regularly at Epstein's houses and organised an Epstein trip to Russia, meant to help its nuclear program with the US supercomputers. In 2006, Gates hired Melanie Walker to serve as senior program officer for the Gates Foundation. Previously, she'd been Jeffrey Epstein's science advisor, but began her career with him in 1992 after he proposed helping her become a Victoria's Secret model. Walker introduced Gates' science advisor Boris Nikolic to Epstein. In 2013, Epstein, Gates and Nikolic attended an event together with then JP Morgan's Larry Summers. Nikolic was listed as the successor executor of Epstein's estate, though he declined it after it became public. In 2014, Epstein directed Gates to invest $2 million into MIT's Media Lab, which happened after a Microsoft VP introduced MIT Media Lab's Joy Ito, who helped Epstein after his first arrest. In 2013, Bill and Melinda Gates attended an event at Epstein's NYC home, after which Melinda began counselling Bill to sever his Epstein connections. Gates dined with Epstein in 2014 to discuss their collaborative philanthropy. Soon after, the Clinton Global Initiative, Gates being one of its main benefactors, announced Hillary's No Ceilings initiative. Epstein's philanthropy is closely tied with both the Gates and CGI. Epstein was working with the Gates Foundation to create a partnership with JP Morgan for its global health charitable fund, from which Epstein would have received fees. Gates said Epstein was his ticket to winning the Nobel Prize, per his ex-staffer to the Daily Beast. Norwegian media have reported Gates and Epstein met personally with the Nobel Committee. I've just cribbed Chapter 20 of Whitney Webb's One Nation Under, but if you're interested in Epstein's ties to US Israeli intelligence, the 2-volume series is well worth purchasing at Amazon. There you go. Chuck Costello said, breaking report, Professor Retsef Levi from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology calls for immediate suspension of all these jabbies. New Twitter has so much emerging talent. Parody said, citizens led by Democrats, home of systematic poverty, poor schools, lack of opportunity, crime, violence, corruption, lawlessness, apathy, decay, hopelessness, tyranny, oppression, violation of rights. Pretty much. Tara Bull said Pfizer paid $2.3 billion for bribing doctors and suppressing adverse trial results. The largest criminal fine in history as of 2009. And we trusted them with these things? Yep, a lot of us knew not to. Palace at Nia said 1.6 billion disposable masks entered the ocean in 2020 and will take 450 years to biodegrade. Waste from throwaway masks create a mass of plastic waste around 7% the size of the Great Garbage Plastic Patch. On you, Greta. How dare you? What a huge success with masks and socially distant. Hundreds of thousands returned to the streets demanding climate action in over 3,200 places on all continents, including Antarctica. Really? The fight for future doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. I heard Antarctica's actually freezing more. But anyway, hey, let's not worry about that. Apparently the people in Antarctica, there was people in Antarctica who were demanding climate action, apparently. And Greta said the problem of plastic pollution in the ocean is even worse than anyone feared. There's actually more microplastic 1,000 feet down than there is in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. We can't continue like this. Well, Greta, what the hell are you doing here? Colin Rugg said breaking Elon Musk's submit license. So, oh, yep, I did read that. I'd love to see PayPal go bankrupt. Lauren Bobette said Maxine Waters says that we have House Republicans who are domestic terrorists. Interesting, as I don't remember anyone in the House who's called for more violence than Maxine Waters. Oh, she did. She said if you see them in the streets. Yeah, I remember that. Died suddenly, said a UK judge has issued a ruling mandating a disabled boy with heart problems get the jab, against his mother's wishes. She needs our help. Please retweet and tell everyone you know. Okay, Dr. Asim Malhotra said breaking calls to suspend these jabbies in South Africa because safety concerns hits mainstream news. Let's stop jabbing people. We know this industry has a long history of criminal behaviour. We're here to protect the public. I'm just going to go through them because I realise this video is starting to become long. It's late at night here. It's 9:41 p.m. and I'm making a video. Kevin Sorbo said, and of course it's just a coincidence that, the third biggest egg farm in US catches fire, 21 fire department, massive fire engulfed. I wonder if they're going to blame that on climate change. They probably did the same thing with those planes from the sky. You know, the ones that we just saw that were causing bushfires? Yeah, them ones. Chuck Costello said, breaking report, Rumble video emerges of troops purportedly uncovering Uke child August harvesting operation, zero media coverage. And I watched a video earlier of a Uke man talking about this, and you should have seen the look on his face. Oh dear. Okay, Women's Voices. This is also happening in the US. An inmate describes personally seeing the rape of another female inmate by a trans-identified male. The victim was barely conscious, and less than 1 hour later she was taken out of her cell on a stretcher. Wow. And this is the ice skating thing I was talking about. Ready? Oh, I won't play the actual music in the background. We don't need it. What is this? Olympic ice skating, is it? I don't know about that. Oh. This is their equality. Letting a 59-year-old male dressed as a female who couldn't get up off the floor. No, I know how that feels, don't you worry. I had trouble before I started doing aerobics. Now I can move freer. Illuminati boss said there wasn't one Jack the Ripper but a network of Masons covering up a royal family scandal involving prostitutes, satanic ritual murders. I don't know about this, okay, but I just thought it was interesting. It could be possible, okay? It really could be possible. Because they did, at one stage, question whether Jack the Ripper was one person or more. And they also wondered if it was a doctor because of how they, what do you call it? Cut them, you know, did surgery kind of thing. Okay, Lauren Bobet said, breaking DHS Secretary Mayorkas is not allowing Border Patrol agents to testify before the Oversight Committee. That's obstruction, even more reason to impeach him. And Utah bans, I did read that. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today because it's late at night and I'm tired. And anyway, guys, I've got the chook pen turned up, the little house turned up, and the cages there. So I might be able to put the whole thing together, hopefully very shortly. And I'm going to do a video on that one, because that'll be funny. Oh dear. Me trying to put up a 2-meter chook shed. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Okay guys, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one, guys. Bye.